Another mystery the megalith builders left us to ponder are cut marks, sometimes called petroglyphs or rock art. Usually regarded as of a very minor interest to the energy ley system, they are, indisputably, a major part of it. These are just two examples. This one is at Ormeig, Kilmartin, Argyllin, Butte. Excavated between 1972 to 1975, there are at least 250 cupules, 4 connected with tails, 7 rosettes each consisting of one large cup, surrounded with 8 to 11 smaller cups inside rings, 5 concentric arcs and a star amongst other figures. Situated near Kilmartin with its plethora of ancient stone circles and standing stones, this site dates back almost 4,000 years. This picture was taken in 1978, showing its pristine condition, without any weathering, which means that it was covered over shortly after it was carved or, perhaps, any subsequent carvings. Obviously it was not meant to be seen as artwork, but had another purpose to be explained shortly. This is my film taken in 2019 shows the deterioration on this fine monument, one of the best in the United Kingdom. According to archaeologist R.W. Morris, there are over 100 theories on the purpose of these strange engravings, all rather contrived. Some suggest that the petroglyphs carved on flat outcrops were used for blood sacrifice, or moulds for metal, maps of the countryside to mark healing wells, star maps, or showing where underground streams cross. The last, I suspect, is the theory of a water diviner, who must have discovered that there was, indeed, a geological fissure, or even an underground stream below each cut-marked outcrop, not just to mark the site, but using the energy emitted from it, like the standing stones placed above volcanic fissures and projecting streams of natural energy across the country from their flat faces like this standing stone at Loch Rannoch. Further, none of these theories are tenable, as the cut marks would have to be on display, perhaps for centuries, and as I have already mentioned, they have obviously been covered over shortly after they were carved. There are a number of cut-marked stones in Perthshire. This is one at Connahan Farm, near Crieff, with many petroglyphs specked into its surface, while a few hundred metres further on is this one, carefully placed above a volcanic fissure. It emits 18 waves from the 9 cut marks perched into its surface. These waves follow the fissure and travel across the hills to the River Turret Falls, then up both sides of the bank, to Loch Turret, not shown here, and further up the feeder stream until, near the source, they turn at right angles to surround 9 ancient shielings. Only one shown here, but notice that it bifurcates the shieling instead of surrounding it as one wave. Puzzled, I cooled my aching feet in the stream and wondered what the purpose of this strange energy might be. I had only just discovered that if I painted my divining rod black it would only pick up unhealthy waves of energy, so I cast around the outside of the little dwellings and found that all of the unhealthy incoming waves were diverted around them. In other words, the cut mark energy field was being used as a protective shield. And in the burial ground of Fortingall Church, Perthshire. The purpose of this stone is to attract all of the negative energies from the surrounding burials and dump them back into the planet via the volcanic fissure beneath the cemetery. Fortingall Church has a yew tree, one of the oldest in Europe, 52 feet or 16 metres in girth, estimated to be between 2,000 and 3,000 years old. Clippings from the tree were taken to the Royal Botanic Gardens, Edinburgh, to form part of a mile-long hedge. The purpose of this conservation hedge project is to maintain the DNA of Taxus baccata from ancient specimens in the United Kingdom, as, worldwide, the trees are threatened by felling and disease. Every grave in the burial ground emits a double spiral of energy, one white, clockwise, called in Gaelic diesel, healthy, and one black, anti-clockwise or Wiershins, unhealthy. Initially, the waves wander around independently until they contact their opposite sign. When they link together, forming a double wave, they are attracted to people as spirit attachments. As you can see in the above illustration, they have two obvious qualities. 1. They tend to follow the path of least resistance, exiting the cemetery by a broken wall or open gate, and 2. They will not generally pass through iron, in this instance, an iron gate. These spirit attachments, as I have already mentioned, are attracted to people. Here is a typical example of these energies. Waves from a nearby burial ground are attracted into every house in this street, and probably every other house in town, and are also attracted to resonant cavities on their journey. These can be metal ticket machines, lamp posts, or even, in this case, 16 dustbins full of rubbish which can only exacerbate the unhealthy qualities of these unpleasant attachments. In fact, they pick up the unhealthy energies from any rubbish dump, sewage farm, dirty river or canal, slaughterhouse or other contaminated area on their way to their targets, but can also have their character changed to healthy after passing across a tumbling river, providing it is clean. Illustration shows the effect of one healthy wave crossing a dirty canal from the left, having its character changed to unhealthy. I have successfully eliminated the black waves in entire cemeteries simply by carving a deep cut mark on a boulder and leaving it in the burial ground. If you wish to try this, find a suitable boulder, sandstone is most easily carved, and use a heavy hammer and cold chisel. Wait until the sun is overhead as the energy from the stone is vectored towards it. It seems to work even if there is no major geological fissure beneath. The healing stones of St. Fillan. St. Fillan's healing stones are a set of 8 water-worn stones said to have been blessed by the saint. The stones, which range in size from small pebbles to large cobbles, are kept safely in a niche in the wall of the mill. Each stone was for a specific part of the body, for instance, one with 3 holes for ailments of the head, for back pain, one with marks like the backbone, for chest pains, 2 with marks like ribs. The keeper was a wise old woman who would rub the afflicted part of the body with the corresponding stone, incanting a Gallic benediction. Strangely, like the whole stone I used to dump the unhealthy energies from burial grounds back to the planet, the healing stones took effect by attracting the illness from the patient into the holes. They are still occasionally used. This is my book Ley Lines in Earth Energies, which is awarded 4.5 to 5 points on Amazon. Over 10 years I walked over 3,000 miles across Scotland following the energies from one cup-marked boulder with my divining rod to uncover many of the secrets of the cup-marked stones. And another book, Ley Lines of the UK and the USA. Extinct volcanoes emit masses of telluric energies, similar to ley lines or energy leys which have been used, and are still being used to place sacred sites, and even all the capital cities of the UK and the USA. Both books co-authored by Anne Silk, and my most recent book, Creef's Ancient Magic, half tourist guide and half an explanation of over 180 energy leys in this remarkable geomantically designed town. All of the straight streets in this old market town are aligned to ancient sites. Most of the country roads, 15 miles of irrigation ditches dug by the Chaldees monks, all of the castles, churches, church paths, the Masonic Hall, Town Hall, 22 garden boundaries in one old terrace, and even a modern hospital, all carefully aligned to standing stones, stone circles and other ancient sites, a masterpiece of sacred engineering.